Your social media needs a face, and it may be you that it needs. Everyone understands that they're supposed to market, but the real question is, what are the things that you need to be doing and doing consistently so you can grow your gym with your marketing? We all are selling competitive cheerleading. So what makes you unique? What makes your transformation different than what someone else gets? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the CheerBiz podcast. I'm your host, Dan Cotton, and today we are going to be talking about 5 must-dos in 2025 when it comes to marketing. Now, before we get into the episode, please make sure you've gone over to Cheer Gym Owners on Facebook and join that group, and All-Star Cheer Coaches and Owners if you are a coach or a coach and owner and you are participating in our discussions. You've also got to be in those groups because we have some amazing vendors that we partner with for our conference in Dallas, June 20th through the 22nd of 2025. And those vendors oftentimes will post things in those groups promoting their amazing products. And in order to post in our groups, you have to be an approved vendor. They're not going to blast you. These are all people we have vetted and we know run reputable companies. So you're not going to get any of those, hey, I've got some mats that you need to send me, money on Snapchat for. These are all real people, quality businesses like TumbleTrack, like LMX, like Glitter Stars, like Rebel, all these amazing companies that are there to help you have amazing products in your gym, to include competition vendors. I mean, we have all sorts of amazing people that are going to be in Dallas that you can meet, where they have some awesome deals and giveaways. Plus, you can join those groups and chat with them. Last but not least, if you haven't registered for the conference, please, for the love of all things holy, get registered for our conference. It is going to sell out fast. I think we only have about 100 tickets left at the time that this is posting, and I want to make sure that you are there. So make sure you get registered. It's going to be the best conference in the cheer industry of 2025. You're not going to want to miss it. Now, we're going to get into the episode and we're going to talk about marketing, one of the things that I love to discuss. But before we do that, I have to say thank you. Thank you for listening to the podcast. This week, we surpassed 100,000 downloads, which has been a target for me for a while. It means so much to me that many of you let me spend time with you talking about my business, talking about how you can grow your gym or how I can or you can become better coaches. So thank you. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for engaging in this process with me. And especially a double thank you to everyone who gives me feedback and tells me that they love the podcast by sharing it or giving it a 5-star review, or even reaches out via Facebook Messenger and lets us know that they love what we're doing. So thank you so much. And I look forward to talking to you guys again when we hit the 200,000 and the 250,000 episodes mark. All right, let's get into marketing. So we are going to be talking about 5 things that you need to shift about your marketing, or need to make sure that you are doing in 2025 to stand out, to stand apart, because everyone understands that they're supposed to market, but the real question is, what are the things that you need to be doing and doing consistently so you can grow your gym with your marketing? Number 1 is stop selling the product, sell the transformation. Nobody wants to hear cheer practices twice a week. That's not exciting to them. Or once a week tumbling classes. That's not what they're interested in. What parents are looking for is confident kids who aren't afraid to stand up for themselves, a sense of community that isn't just their school, a place where their child is known, seen, and understood. That is what people are looking for. So you need to know that your captions, your reels, your ads, your email subject lines all should say in some way, here is what your life is going to look like after this program, not tumbling classes 5 to 7 p.m. for X amount of dollars a week, or not even just become the best version of yourself. You want to really show that transformation. This is exemplified by the fitness industry. They'll post pictures of, people who've been through the program, the before and the after. So figuring out how it is you can sell people that transformation. Is your kid unconfident, unmotivated, and looking for a community? Our athletes are more confident, more motivated, and have friends from all over the state or all over the city, friends at different age groups, all of the different things. Does your child need an adult mentor? Do you sometimes feel like you're parenting all alone and need someone else to have your back? Getting your athletes enrolled in sports gives your athletes mentors from adults who are experts, right? Figure out what those transformative elements are to running your cheer gym. Now, I can't give you all of the secrets because I can't tell you what your gym is. We all are selling competitive cheerleading. So what makes you unique? What makes your transformation different than what someone else gets? I've mentioned this before on other podcasts and in the book, but ultimately, if everyone is just selling, fitness, fun, and friendship, then you're not really selling anything unique. You're selling what everyone else is selling. So what is your unique quality? What is your USP or unique selling proposition? That transformation is the key. And oftentimes we focus on the product. What is the product? What is the strategy? How is the product priced? And all of those things. But I promise you, if you build a product that focuses on the transformation, and the transformation is something that people want and need and are clamoring for, your price is important, but it's going to be far less important because you're selling people something that they can't live without. The example that I've given, I think I gave it in the book, is if you were to tell someone, hey, I have this pill, and if you take this pill, you'll never be sick again. You will never get a common cold. You'll never get the flu. You won't get cancer, nothing. You will never get sick if you just take this one pill, and you guarantee it. I guarantee it. This isn't a joke. This is real. This is a real thing. It doesn't actually exist, but you're selling that one thing. You could charge so much money for that one thing. Like, just think about what you would do to never get sick again, never get a cold, never feel under the weather, never have a sore throat, etc. You would be able to charge so much money for that because it's of such insane value. Now, we know we can't sell that with our cheer gyms, but we can sell a transformation, and we can sell a very unique transformation. So make sure when you are selling, when you're making your email headlines, when you're making your captions, when you're making your reel and your content, you are showing that. You're showing the transformation more than you're showing the product. Number two, your social media needs a face, and it may be you that it needs. Posting flyers and schedule graphics and things that are basically a digital bulletin board, and is going to equal digital crickets. You're just not going to get the response. People buy from people, especially local people who look like they care about them. So in 2025, the move is to be more public facing, or your staff to be more public facing if you're worried about key man risk and you not being the number one person. But you need to have a face to your brand. And it can't just be all the different faces of your kids. You may say, oh, well, I post all these great Canva graphics that have my kids on them, and that is the face. Everyone knows the difference now between a Canva graphic and an organic post. And I think you need to be posting much more organic content that many of you do. So think of things like a weekly real talk video from you or your staff or someone else within the gym, that real talk. Hey, these are the 5 things that are going to help you get better at cheerleading. Hey, these are the things that are going on in the gym. Post those things on your social media. It's okay. It doesn't even have to be perfect. The idea that you have to have perfect content with beautiful lighting and beautiful filters is just not there. People want to get to know you. They want to get to know your staff. So creating those real talk videos, raw, unfiltered, heck, even emotional things, like, it is okay to post those things on your social media, and is just going to help your brand grow, because people are going to feel like they know you, and people are more likely to buy from you when they feel like they know you. I'll give you an example of this. Dream Camps, my summer camp company, we run the best overnight summer cheer camps of any company. I know it. To my core, I know this. And we market and we promote, but the most common people that buy from me for camps are people who I have a relationship with. They're coaches who I know, who I've worked with before. They're gym owners who I know, who I've worked with before. Why? Because they know me. And so they're more comfortable buying from me because they know who I am. They know my character. They know the delivery of product I'm going to give them, as opposed to buying from a complete stranger. So especially locally, if you can get people to feel like they know you, feel like they trust you, they're going to be more likely to buy from you. Think of it this way. I live in your ear. If you listen to this regularly, twice a week, you listen to my thoughts and you listen to my opinion, and you probably feel like you know me pretty well, but I may not know you. So you're more prone to listen to what I'm saying because you feel like you know me and you can trust me. So you can do the same thing with your social media without creating a podcast and going to all of the effort that I go through to create content. You could also consider doing things like coaches spotlights with actual personality. So not just like a static image of the coach, but like get to know this coach, them being silly, them coaching kids, real behind the scenes shots of them coaching at practice or coaching private lessons. I've started to do this a little bit more where we film some of our classes and we just set up a camera and film and have the coaches wear microphones, and then we chop it up into little reels and post those things. And it's great. They get great engagement and people feel like they know us. They feel like they are experiencing what it's like to be in our gym before they're even in your gym. You have to give your social media a personality. If it's just a digital billboard, it's going to get way less traction. You're going to get less likes, less interaction. Utilize it for what it is capable of doing for you. Number 3 is embrace micro content with macro value. The reality is that no one is watching your 7-minute video tutorial on how to do a perfect back handspring. But will they watch a 17-second clip of a coach giving some real advice to their athletes, or a 12-second parent talking about the win of the athlete, or a 9-second athlete skill or quote, or something that, they're saying they learned today in practice and hits on that, like, oh my gosh, they're teaching more than just cheerleading, they're teaching life lessons. Those are things that people will engage with, and they deliver value. They get people excited. They evoke a feeling and a value in the people watching them, as opposed to just watching mindless content. You're not trying to become the mindless content producer. You're not worried about getting 2 million views on a video so you can monetize it. Your worry is creating content that people want to watch, that encourages them to become your client, creates that relationship, and they see value in. One of the things that you can do is chop long form things up into TikTok value or TikTok style videos. I mentioned this. You film an entire class having your coach wear a mic, and then you can take that, and there are different programs like Opus Clip that you can load it into, and it can cut reels for you. Or you can hire an editor on Upwork who will do it for relatively affordable. You can add text on the screen with punchlines. Assume that most of your audience has the volume off and the attention span of a billy goat. So you need to make sure, or even a gnat, so very short attention span, and you need to keep them engaged. And text on videos does do better. I will tell you, I rarely watch videos on my phone on social media with the sound on. Even when the thing says sound on, I oftentimes don't turn the sound on unless I watch the video and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to hear the sound of that. Like, I watch it in silence. So add captions makes a huge difference and ensures you're delivering the value of the content to the customer. Number 4, if you're not building an email list, you are begging Meta to bankrupt you. Instagram could change tomorrow. Facebook could change tomorrow. Okay. You could suddenly get blocked. You could get hacked. You could lose access to your ads. You could lose access to your lists. Facebook is a high return platform right now. But what do you do if your only channel of acquiring new customers suddenly disappears? Your email list, that's going to be hard to take away from you. If you are truly building a list and you have one that you can interact with customers and engage with customers, email marketing is still the most successful, highest return thing that you can do. Text messaging is great too. Facebook is still great. But if we start to be single channel oriented, we have the opportunity for that channel to disappear, and then we suddenly can't use it to market anymore. So your must do's in 2025 are capture your emails with lead magnets, like 10 things every cheer parent should know before tryouts. Put that on your website, opt in to get this emailed to you. And around tryout time, you're going to see people opting into it. Lead magnets there are people who say that lead magnets don't work anymore. I think that good lead magnets work great and bad lead magnets don't work because people know not to put their email into things if they don't really want the thing. You can have other lead magnets though, whether they be coupons or special offers or special deals. Enter your email to get this thing. You want to send weekly or bi-weekly value-oriented emails, not hey, are you still interested in taking tumbling classes? Now that can be good every once in a while, but like it can be value-driven. Hey, here are some really important things to know this coming week. These are important closures. These are events we have coming up. These are all the cool things that we have going on at the gym. Make sure you get registered. Hey, we've got 3 birthday parties left for the month. If you're looking to get a birthday party, get it today. Build those email lists and send them regular information. People don't unsubscribe from emails nearly as often as you may think. They oftentimes will just delete it and then they'll open it when they have interest. So don't stress out. If people unsubscribe, they're just letting you know they're not interested in your product anymore, and then you stop wasting time talking to them about it. So keep engaging, build those email lists and use them. Don't just build a list and have it sit there and do nothing with it. Send people emails. I think Danielle sends 4 emails a week to her prospects list, and she was talking about doing 5. So imagine if you were sending an email a day promoting all the things that are going on. It's better than Facebook because you know it's getting delivered to their inbox. Yes, they have to open it, but with Facebook, you don't know what the algorithm is showing to people and when. Build your automation sequences with your email to convert people who are curious into paying customers. Now, there is a lot of nuance to this, and if you use the right systems, you can have all sorts of automations built in where if they click on a link, they get another email and it puts them in another automation. So there's a lot of ways that we can leverage this really, really effectively, and you want to make sure you're taking advantage of that tool. If you don't have an email list, you have no leverage, and it's time to fix it. If you don't have the ability to build an email list because you don't have a functional website, then reach out to Cheer Gym Marketing. We can help you with one of our websites that is designed to get you emails, build your lists, and convert people into paying clients. Your number 5 is to use AI like a team member, not a toy. So stop pretending you're too cool for ChatGPT or it's too complicated for you. You're not. You're not too cool. It's not too complicated for you. It's literally the easiest possible thing in the world to use. And ChatGPT is great. Now, there are a bunch of different AIs out there. You've got Gemini, you've got Gronk, you've got a bunch of different things, and they all have different kind of pros and cons. But ChatGPT is, in my opinion, the one I use the most because it has the most robust at the moment. If you're not using ChatGPT, you are likely a burned out CEO with 19 hats on, no time to brainstorm and caption things for the 15th time this week. And ChatGPT can take those things off of your plate and really help you with it. Even if you're just using it as a framework to brainstorm some ideas and get some things on paper, and then you're tweaking and improving them, or your staff member is. So in 2025, smart gym owners will use AI to repurpose content across platforms. I mentioned Opus Clip. That's an AI tool that you can upload a long form video to, hit get clips, and then it will clip your video up into a variety of different clips. And you can modify it and you can push things together, but it's actually pretty darn cool. You can get AI to pre-write email sequences and have it convince people to join your program. You can auto draft social posts based on current programs. So you can give it information about your gym and it will learn about you if you're on the paid version. And you can ask it to, hey, create an email sequence or social media post to promote our tumbling program. And it'll give you 10 posts and the frequency at which you should post them. Now, again, all of these things I think require a human eye to improve upon, but it's every single day it's growing. Even, right, yeah, you guessed it, the kinds of lists that you need to do. Right. So if you're looking for help, so what I'm talking about right now, you could go to AI and get help with, and you could say, hey, what are things that I need to be doing with my marketing? In fact, you can even ask certain websites like Gemini, you can ask it, to look at your website and give you feedback. What are errors that we're making? And you can even ask ChatGPT, hey, based off of publicly available data, what are errors that Oregon Dream Team is making from a marketing perspective? And it will give you feedback. It's not all right. I've done it. I've tried it. And some of it's like, you should try running Facebook ads. And I'm like, I'm running 3. Or you should make sure you're email marketing. And I'm like, I am email marketing. And how do you know if I'm not email marketing? Some of it is just giving you a canned answer, but you can leverage AI like an employee. I already did a whole episode on it, and I probably need to do more episodes on it because the amount of things that it can do for you are absolutely flipping insane. And I want to see you increase your productivity, or your employees increase their productivity. Imagine if you've hired people to do these things for you and they're struggling or they're getting behind, and you're like, hey, did you try like getting ChatGPT to help you? And they're like, oh no, I was trying to do it all by myself. Why? Why are you trying to do it all yourself? It is akin to the staff member that I was talking to where, like I've said, we're moving into a new gym, and I had one of my staff members. She's phenomenal. She works super hard, and she was putting together one of our new pieces of furniture. And this piece of furniture is like a display case for behind our front desk. And she was building the first one, and she did the entire thing. And this is like a really big piece of furniture with a hand screwdriver, a Phillips head hand screwdriver. And I was like, Kylie, why are you not utilizing a drill? She was like, I'm scared. Drills are scary. I don't want to use it. That's complicated. And I was like, no, it's not. It's literally the easiest thing. And I like, eventually, once I showed her how to do it and how to set it up so it wouldn't over torque the screw and all those things, she built the next one. And I was like, so how much easier was that? She was like, I don't want to talk about it. Why? Because she got it done, but she wasted so much freaking time because she's using a hand screwdriver. And so many of you are, or your employees are being the hand screwdriver, right? I wanted to show I could do it myself. Well, there's a better tool out there. Like, if you're going to jack up a car, would you rather use a hydraulic jack that you just pump it up? Or would you rather use one of the old school jacks that you had to like, you have to screw and like turn the screw on to get it to lift your car? It takes 10 times longer. Like, let's be productive with our time, right? Utilize those resources. Now, my call to action is, if this slapped you into next week, send it to another business owner who's still yelling into the social media void and trying to figure things out, and know that you deserve actual strategies, not just struggle. We are here to help. There are so many things that you can be doing to crush your marketing in 2025. And this is the difference maker between growing your gym, maintaining, and or sinking and going out of business. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for listening. And with that, we will catch you on the next episode.